So we are going to be shouting at you now for the next period because we are already finally for the speeches. First, we are going to the father of the groom, John Foster.
No, how's come this one?
Well done.
Hello, everyone! Is there anyone at the back that cannot hear me? Is there anyone that can hear me? That's. Shall we try that again? Can you hear me at the back? Yes. Can you hear me at the side? Yes. Shall I get on with it then? Okay. Welcome to Rob and Melody's wedding breakfast. For those who don't know me, I'm Robert's dad. I'm honoured by Rob and Mel to have taken on the task of welcoming today. Let me start by checking who's here. Please be upstanding if the description fits. And some of you may be going up and down, up and down. Okay. Did you go to Bancroft School? There's more than that. Come on, up, 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 up. Okay, that's okay. Did you go to the University of Bristol? Oh, not so many, okay.
They're already standing.
Did you go to Cranfield University, the Defence Academy? Yay! I knew there was one. Okay, this one's a tricky one. Do you work or have worked for Eurofins, a laboratory of a government chemist? 1, 2, excellent, okay. This is a biggie. Aficionados of the National Football League. NFL. Okay, I thought that would be a bigger group. Okay. Have you ever worked for the National Health Service? Okay, at least we know where the Ridey group is. Okay. Have you ever been to the Philippines? Okay, and people who know Rob and Mel. Guys, if you're still seated, you're at the wrong wedding. Right, moving on. Sadly, Mel's parents, Carmelita and Judith, are not here with us today and are sorely missed. Diane, my wife over here, and I will be flying with Rob and Mel to Cebu in November. I'm assured that monsoon season will have ended by then. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yes? Thank you. Okay. We will continue the celebration of their marriage, and we have the opportunity not only to meet Carmelita and Judith, but also the other family members, of whom I'm told they're numerous, and friends. Back here today, though, I'd like to specifically welcome a number of guests. My brother Jeffrey and his wife Elizabeth had hoped to be here, but are unable to join us. but I'm really pleased that Adam, their son, my nephew, has flown from Boston, Massachusetts, not Lincolnshire, to be with us. Kate and Fran, over here, who were bridesmaids at my and Diane's wedding way back in 1978, 47 years ago. Who said that? Ellie here, who entered our lives when Robert was barely 3 months old and Laura was just over 2. And also the Ralph family over here, the Ralphies, who lived across the road for us for over 30 years before they moved away. Moving on to the most important welcome, and it seems strange to be finally welcoming Mel into the family as she's been such an integral part of Rob's and our lives now for over 4 years. Nonetheless, Mel, a warm welcome to you, to our family. Diane and I first met Mel on a Zoom WhatsApp call in October 2021. It wasn't the most promising of beginnings, as I had just gone down with COVID. I only vaguely remember it. Rob was there. But next to him there was a quiet, demure young lady holding Rob's hand. How wrong can first impressions be? In the weeks that we followed, we learned that Mel is absolutely delightful and very far from quiet. She has a wonderful, wicked, infectious laugh, an encyclopedic knowledge of Disney and Harry Potter, and a demon capacity for board games. Mel has also, amongst other great qualities, she is also kind, thoughtful, patient, and forbearing, all qualities which would have used to her living with Rob. The early days were not without challenges. Their first date had to be called off as Rob went down with COVID. The date went ahead a few weeks later, the Jack the Ripper tour in East London. Interesting choice. Mel joined us for New Year celebrations that year. She's always well dressed, but she arrived that particular New Year wearing a very white ski jacket and very clean, possibly even brand new trainers. Sorry, Mel, somebody should have tipped you off about the family walk in Epping Forest. Very muddy. Rob, I blame you as always.
Walking shoes.
We also had the pleasure of Mel and Rob joining us skiing in Italy. From personal experience over many years, I can say that if ever there was a challenge to a relationship, it's skiing. I'm pleased to report that on the skiing front, due to Mel's determination, all went well. The dog slide at Ray was, though, definitely the highlight of the trip. Much time was spent bonding with huskies. Not exactly the same breed of dog as Cloud, but with the benefit of hindsight, we see the general direction. Yaroo! We also learned about Mel's highly successful career in surgical nursing, originating in Cebu in the Philippines, followed by several years in Japan, before joining St. Mary's Hospital in Paddington, and recently moving to Kingston Hospital. Like Rob, Mel enjoys theatre, live gigs, concerts, good restaurants, and has even learned to appreciate the National Football League. Mel is very into Christmas. Christmas in the Philippines starts in...
Yes,
Oops, it's September. Merry
strong.
Christmas, one and all. Christmas presents wrapped by Mel are artworks in themselves. Ripping off the paper in the usual Foster manner is no longer an option in our house. Mel has a very accomplished artistic side. It's not just the Christmas wrapping. The Lloyd Road property is already reflecting the depth of her vision and skills as Rob and Mel restructure, expand, and redecorate the new home. Mel is also a talented gardener and has already transformed Lloyd Garden with a multitude of flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Okay, that's probably enough from me. Once again, Mel, welcome to your foster family.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Now, you've all practiced this last bit, okay? Please all stand again, and this time raise your glass to wish Rob and Mel a wonderful future together, full of happiness and joy. To Mel and Rob. Hey, well done. Thanks, Pa.
Thank you so much for the speech. That was so wonderful.
The newly married Robert Foster.
Right, well, evidently I'm not going to top that. And I think everybody's just looking forward to the best man speech anyway, so I'll keep this short and succinct so you can hear stories of me being an idiot or foolish anyway. First of all, on behalf of myself and my wife, thank you, Panto crowd. I just want to say a big thank you for you all to come here today to celebrate with us our marriage and our love. It's incredible to see everybody we love under the same roof together. So from the both of us, from all our hearts, thank you so much. Thank you. I was going to say to the live cam that was still here, but maybe they've gone to bed because it's the Philippines. But I'm going to telepathically thank Mel's parents for basically helping create such an incredible daughter. But I guess I'll save the long-winded version for them when I go see them anyway. I'd like to thank my mum and my dad, as well as the rest of the family, basically for the love and support and guidance you've given over the years, basically to bring me to where I am today, to bring me to this moment. From what I understand, from what Miles told me, the love of musicals was a deal maker, so a special thanks to Mum for instilling that at a young age. Otherwise, who knows, it might not have worked out. A quick thank you actually to the staff. From what I understand, they've been tireless at making sure you have much Prosecco and wine around. And some of you guys, big applause. Some of you have taken full advantage of that, which is great to see. Thank you to the bridesmaids, who all look absolutely stunning. So thank you. A special thank you to Jade and Claudia, who have spent most of 48 hours helping piece all the abundance of flora together to make this come together. So thank you guys so much for taking time out to do that for us. And a special thanks also to Marlon, my pseudo-father-in-law, for filling the role. I think we're technically family for the rest of the night. I like to think, so we'll keep that going for a bit. Along with the thanking the family, I'll thank Laura as well, being a bridesmaid and a family member for love and support as well. So thank you for doing that. Okay. I say thank you to my groomsmen for, you could argue, 3 stag do's in the end, but also just making sure I got here fully attired. I mean, I literally sent a message yesterday saying, guys, we need belts. We're doing black belts, by the way, because I completely forgot about that. But thankfully, I think 2 of them may have gone to Next this morning to get them, and Lawrence turned out with 4 belts, in case anyone had forgotten. So, good group effort overall. Generally speaking, Dad's already covered that our first date was an interesting one in terms of going on a Jack the Ripper tour. I would not recommend it in hindsight. Just going around just being like, and this was where this lady was, attacked and blah, blah, blah. But thankfully, for whatever reason, Mel agreed to the second date. It may be because I offered to get her Korean food for her birthday. I think that was
I did not have any plans. So.
And that's worked for me. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm not sure how it happened, but I do remember the first thing I thought when I saw Mel on that first date. I laid eyes on her and I thought, this girl is way out of my league. This is it. I thought this was a nice sentiment, but this is actually shared by a lot of my friends. In terms of, it's generally like, oh my God, she's amazing. It could be, okay, you should just hurry up and marry her as soon as possible. And also the ever popular, you? Really? Why? Honestly, I'm not 100% sure why either. I've just been nodding my head and just see how far I can get with it until it all crumbles. But yeah, I guess I'm very fortunate, I like to say. And I guess, against in terms of deserving, I think there's a small part of me that doesn't think I deserve you. But I think the larger part of me knows that I'm always going to keep on trying to prove that. So with that in mind, and hopefully if my pronunciation isn't too bad, Higuk ma ontika hangtog sang hangtog. Which for you non-Filipino speakers, that was I will love you forever and ever in Bisaya. In Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to be upstanding and raise your glass to the most beautiful person in the room, my wife, Melody. Cheers, everyone. Now, one more. Thank you, you can sit back down, thank you.
I was promised a low bar. I didn't get it. Never mind.
Can you tell me when you want to start?
I've been bought already, so...
When you're ready, I'm going to hit go.
Okay. So, go for it. Go for it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Just giving people some more time. So... A lot of that, as much as I can get away with, Diane. For those who don't know me, Chaz, I've been known this reprobate since we were 11, and I tried to poison him the first time I ever met him. Sometimes you just have to. I've known Rob a very long time, and I think it's been said a few times, but everybody's so happy to be here to celebrate with you both. Thank you for bringing us into your day. It's been phenomenal. It looks amazing. You both look fantastic. So, please do bear with me. I'm going to go for the sympathy vote. I've got a 5-week-old, and I'm on an average of about 3 hours sleep a night. So I may get emotional. I have no control. So please give me that. So, what can I say about Rob? How do I describe this man? Humble, definitely. No, absolutely humble. And if I'm wrong, maybe struck down. Just move over. Rob, I think there's lots of things we could use to describe you. I think philanthropist is definitely one. An investor. Rob, your investment in the new up-and-coming board games, it's no good unless they're 70 pages, though, is it? The rule books. Waste of time. They've not tried hard enough to help you cheat us all out of a victory unless it's long enough. But despite your questionable ethics in gameplay, annoyingly, he's really good at games. It's painfully so. And the win totals are surprisingly far too high, unfortunately. Most of us would be usually happy. You cheer on your friends, you cheer on your family, but he makes that impossible. It's not about the frequency, because that I think you can deal with. Someone's on a hot streak, it's fine. It's the victory dances. And they're not metaphorical, they're always physical, as close to you as they physically can be. Personal space means nothing to this man. But it doesn't leave just to sort of games and the dances. He will happily do it out in the open green space. And unfortunately, he convinces you into these bets that he is invariably going to win. I mean, there are times when you're on a golf course. I've won. We've not finished, but I'm so far ahead. Definitely I've won. And then Rob turns to me on the last hole, to me and Dave, and says, he's 40 foot away, by the way, on this putt. If I sink this with my eyes closed, you'll give me the win, right? No, I tell you, I kid you not, Tiger Woods on his best day wouldn't make this putt. But yeah, so I'm thinking, I'm safe. This is easy. Yeah, absolutely. He's buying the first round in. Magic. I think the groundskeeper's probably had an interesting discovery of the torn-up turf spiralling away with as a result of your victory dance as you sung it from that far. But I think your other charitable works that we all know you invest is this small little company, Brewdog. Some of you may have heard of it. He might have mentioned it once or twice to all of you. But as I said, very humble. But when you see things like this, Brewdog, it's suddenly become this global sensation, and that reminds you of that moment when you go, oh, if I'd invested in McDonald's or Amazon when I was, when they were just starting out, God, I'd be so rich, set for life, and that's absolutely what's going to happen, isn't it?
Sure.
Oh no, wait. It's just for the 10% beers, 10% off beers and the free chicken wings. But honestly, I think while the investment won't pay off, and I'm sure it won't pay for the Caribbean cruise, I do hear the walking tour of London Brewdog pubs is fantastic, Mel, so you'll be fine.
I don't drink beer.
I hear they serve plenty of other drinks. Rob's got the menu memorised. Rob has always been one to ask advice, and lots of people in this room have given Rob advice over the years. Well, I think, Diane, it's one of those odd situations. It depends how specific you are with your advice, or how you feel the advice is that you've given and the representation that's then exhibited by Rob of your advice. They often don't match, do they? So, unless you are specific enough, there is sometimes a tendency to go a bit rogue with some of the advice you gave. Many years ago, I received a message from Rob. Good start. Random question. Always going to be, we're not sure what's going on here. What's your thoughts if you're doing a date in a pub beer garden on a hot day, can I get away with shorts and a t-shirt? To which I thought, I've got to support my friend here, give him some good advice. And so I said, but also knowing my audience, should be fine. Make the t-shirt plainish and give it an iron, please. The response came back, and I thought, no, that's not good enough. It is the first date. Rob, have you got a polo shirt? Haven't got one of those. Haven't got one of those. Okay, but make sure it's ironed. Then sends me a photo of said outfit. It is a pair of army combat shorts and a Karate Kid t-shirt. The shorts looked like they'd been balled up in the wardrobe for 15 years. So again, I went with the repeat of, please iron the shorts. So anyway, Rob carries on. Half an hour later, I get a message, and my phone buzzes away again. And I thought, oh, yeah, what's going on? I thought he was going on this date. And he said, might have a bit of a problem. Got a bit of a situation with my toenails. I've not cut them. Of course, he is wearing flip-flops. So I immediately responded and said, easy, switch to a Converse, no problem, no drama. As I'm sending it, a photo pops in, because of course Rob shares so generously. A photo pops in of Rob's foot, of his toenails, just so in case I didn't believe him. To which I was like, yeah, try the Converse. Then immediately clocked, he's on the bus already. See the conductor in the background. So what can I do at this point? I physically can't help him at this stage. And then he said, it's all right. The other person's running 30 minutes late. I'll nip off at Boots and I'll grab a pair of clippers. Then he says, oh, good job, they had deodorant as well. Hadn't put any deodorant on. So, It was many years before, I promise. So it's too late. It's too late now. So questionable period in Rob's life, shall we say? But thankfully, when he found the right person in Mel, I am assured he turned up not in flip-flops. They were closed. I question Jack the Ripper. We all do. But at least he was appropriately attired. And I'm understanding also he did smell nice as well. So it was okay. So Mel, clearly you brought out something. Change, positive change, shall we say. The other piece of advice, when Rob, shortly after it got serious with Mel, we were having a chat and he said to me, Chaz, any advice, any thoughts? I thought about it and I said, yeah, absolutely. First thing, if Mel doesn't seem okay and you ask her, are you okay? And she says, fine. I said, don't stop. Don't take the first answer. She's not fine. I said, ask a second time. I said, if you still seem to get the same kind of response, go for a third, just because you'll probably provoke actually the story of why she is upset. Maybe you did something wrong and you can fix it. Unfortunately, Mel, I'm really sorry. I have to hugely apologise to you because he does 3 times relentlessly every time on everything, I understand. It's not just your emotions, it's whatever. So, Mel, I do apologise, but this is where specificity is required with Rob. But stories aside, I probably should say a few things so you do stay around. We don't want you to go. He is lovely, I promise. The true way I'd probably describe Rob, see? I should have done the bloody thing. Why didn't you put best man down as a crier? Thank you. Thank you. The true thing I'd describe Rob as is joy. That's who he is. I don't like feeding your ego too much, but it is true. And the only reason that I can say you attribute that to is your family, is John, Diane, Laura, and of course, Ellie as well. They raised you so well. And that is why you're the person you are. Sorry. But what I will say is that, Mel, you've joined, as John said, he's welcomed you into the foster family. They're thankful they've got someone else to try and control the victory dance. Mel, your future with Rob will not be predictable. It will be filled with fun. You do not know that you're going to come home of an evening and is it going to be waiting for you a table of Italian meats and cheeses with a glass of port? Probably. Is there going to be fresh flowers on the table? I know he does it. He orders them regularly. He's good. Or is there going to be a laser tag at the front door with a message that says, loser buys the pizza? All of these things, I am sure, will happen. But I know for certain it will be filled with joy. So, everyone, glasses, please. To Rob and Mel. Cheers all. Thanks. Oh. Cheers, man.